Introducing in this corner, 248 pounds from Louisiana, Mean Mike Miller. His opponent in this corner, 270 pounds from New York City, George Skaaland.
And referee for our second match tonight, referee Sandy Barr. Mean Mike Miller. There's the other half of the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions. His partner, the Crippler, Rip Oliver, is now the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion. And from New York City, George Skaaland. If you were watching last week, you saw Mr. Skaaland in action. And you also saw Scott Peterson, two of the newest pro wrestlers to hit the Northwest. Well, everybody, I can hear him at ringside, or right below us here in the crowd, talking about, what do you say about Eugene? What was that extravaganza? What were all those championship matches? Listen to this, because I want to give you a phone number to call so you can get tickets to this thing. This is the biggest pro wrestling event ever in this part of the state. It's going to be held in Eugene, MacArthur Court, on the University of Oregon campus next Friday, May 1st. Don Owen has put together 3 World Championship matches. First of all, it's kind of like the AWA against the NWA, because Nick Bockwinkel will defend his AWA World Championship title against Colonel De Beers. The Midnight Rockers will defend their AWA World Tag Team Champions against the team of Rip Oliver and Mean Mike Miller. Sherry Martel, the AWA World Women's Champion, will defend her title against Medusa Marcelli. And Superfly Jimmy Snuka is going to take on Larry Zabisco. Plus, they're going to have 4 other special events. And the referee for that extravaganza, none other than Russ Francis. How about that for an extravaganza, huh? It's going to be next Friday, May 1st, the University of Oregon campus, MacArthur Court. Look at this. George Skaaland with an arm drag. Oh, man. Mike Miller, that's got to take some mean out of him, huh? You must feel like he's run into a mountain. Skaaland built a little bit like a mountain. And certainly making his presence felt and known to Mr. Miller. Well, you folks over in Vernonia, get ready. Tomorrow we're going to be invading your town, starting at 7 o'clock. Milton Freewater, Monday the 27th at the Armory. Next Tuesday in Roseburg at the Fairgrounds. Next Wednesday, Medford at the Armory. Cage match in Medford. Next Thursday in Salem at the Armory. And of course Friday, the big match we just told you about. Oh, Mike Miller just drove his knee right into the stomach of George Skaaland. Took the wind right out of him. Oh, and just took that boot of his and planted it right upside the head of George Skaaland. Boy, I wish you were here last Saturday night to watch that cage match, that championship cage match between Ricky Santana and Rip Oliver. Rip Oliver the winner, and he is now the undisputed Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion. Boy, what a match that was. Those guys, both of them, left that match very bloody. Now, Mike Miller going outside to force a break. Referee Sandy Miller's not going to get away with anything there. Not with Sandy Barr. Mike Miller from Larange, Louisiana. George Skaaland from New York City. Right now, George has got the upper hand, wrist, and arm on Mike Miller.
4 minutes remaining. 4 minutes.
Another reminder, next Saturday night, kids admitted free. Kids will be free next Saturday night right here at the Portland Sports Arena, when accompanied by a paying adult. So get all the kids together. Bring them on down to the Portland Sports Arena next Saturday night. Into the ropes goes Miller. Miller hung on to the ropes and, oh man, he dimmed the lights of George Skaaland, caught him right on the jaw with his foot, and now burns him across the forehead with his boot. Miller picking up about 280 pounds and slamming it, making it look pretty easy, but it isn't. There's an elbow drop right across the stomach. Miller going for the pin, and Skaaland. All Skaaland did was just kind of almost a wrestler's bridge, and Miller fell off the bridge. Boy, a lot of folks here tonight. We love to see that. I know one lady is here celebrating her birthday. I don't know if they brought a cake or not. If they do, I hope they don't put candles on it. We'll have a fire hazard, because Martha Kloss is 84 years young today. And Martha's sitting over here to our right. She's been a wrestling fan since 1956. So happy birthday, Martha. Glad you're here. There goes Mike Miller, thrown into the turnbuckle. Here comes George Skaaland. And Skaaland he belly flopped on him. Boy, that certainly gave Mike Miller rubbery legs. Skaaland just came in there and kind of bellied up to the Miller. 1, 2. Oh, that was close. Miller kicks out on the count of about 2.5. There goes an arm whip. Miller into the ropes. And Miller just kind of got clotheslined. He blocked part of it. But I think Skaaland was going for a full clothesline. Oh, that was even closer. That was about 2 3/4 that time. Miller just caught Skaaland right in the breadbasket once again. A forearm smash this time across the back of the neck. Skaaland comes back. And Skaaland just took a clan special. The fingers being driven right into the throat.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
Out of sight of the referee. And every member of the clan is a master at that. Into the ropes goes Skaaland again. And this time Skaaland goes for a victory roll, and he's got it on Miller. Miller pops his way out. And now Miller's rolled up into a small package. And again, about a 2.5 count. As Skaaland rolls Miller up into a small package, but couldn't quite tie him. Now Skaaland going to go for a suplex. He's got it. This is our second match tonight. Portland Wrestling from the Portland Sports Arena, as Mike Miller again kicks out after the count of 2. Miller coming back now. A couple of shots to the head, and Skaaland coming back with 1 and 2 of his own. 3. We have run out of time, as both men just have a slugfest there in the middle of the ring. Both men battle to a draw. Mike Miller and George Skaaland battling to a draw. We'll be back with a special interview and more right after this.
It's our 3rd annual Hitachi Spring Spectacular Sale. Look for the circular in Sunday's newspaper and buy this 13-inch Hitachi color television, monitor style with remote, only $269. Or this VHS HQ video recorder with wireless remote, only $299. Or this big 20-inch Hitachi flat screen color TV with remote, only $369. Now that's Tom Peterson's The Happy Place to Buy.